origin of me.
Lois Lane. Oh, you baby. Welcome to Comics League Dark. I'm Jared, and I'm here with Robert. What's up, dude?
First of all, I could still hear it regardless.
And today we are talking all about Dispatch.
Yep.
My favorite superhero game to come out in the last 5 to 10 years.
Agreed.
It is spectacular.
Yep.
But so let's get the elephant out of the room. Robert, who did we pick?
Blond Blazer.
Yeah, and Jargon says, oh, I like Blond Blazer, but this is one love interest. I'm going to have to disagree with you on. Invisigal, to me, is a much more fun love interest. However, neither is Lois Lane levels. Well, the other thing is, here's the thing. Mandy's the GOAT. Thank you, NJ. Here's the thing about this, and we'll start off with this. With Mandy, you get more unique interactions with Invisigal, short of the movie theater scene. There's not that
one or
much
two dialogue.
And dialogue. There's not that much that's new.
Not at all. And it's not even required. It might help you with her final decision, but it's not required.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay.
At least, and now that so much of the dialogue that changes with Mandy actually come off interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really I definitely dug that that thing. So we're gonna go episode by episode, I think, and we're gonna talk about all the important choices that we made.
First of all, let's talk about the MVP of this whole thing, Aaron Paul as Jesse as Robert. Woo! Robertson.
Yeah, exactly. Parker says Mandy Blond Blazer is my romance path in the game, and what I like about her is her personality and the way she generally wants to help Robert. Well, also, here's the other reason. I gotta be honest. In full disclosure, she's clearly the Wonder Woman character of this universe,
and Captain Marvel,
She's the mixture of She's the Ms. Marvel version of Carol. In other words, not the BITCH written by Kelly Sue. Don't buy my book, DeConnick.
No, she's more the Kelly Thompson one.
Yeah, which I'm fine with that because I love that Captain Marvel. But it's so you play as essentially this universe's Iron Man, and it's Robert Robertson, which is very superhero. It's very comic booky.
Woo! Fellow Robert!
Oh, yeah, okay. And so
why do you think I'm going woo? Why do you think I keep saying that?
All right, yeah. And
so if there was a guy named Jared, you'd be wooing.
Well, yeah, of course. But so essentially, he goes on a mission.
First, he's a legacy. Let's mention that out of the way. He's a legacy. His grandfather was a Mecha Man. His father was a Mecha Man. Grandfather died saving people. Father died by Shroud.
Yeah, by being shot by Shroud. They showed this in the comics. But and yes, there are comics. You just have to buy the deluxe edition. Which I definitely did. And I hope they'll release a trade paperback of that.
Or an audio.
But yeah, so what you said by Parker says, I hear that from many that Robert's romance path in Invisigal is the true canonical written path. It's not true.
Where do people get that idea?
It's the Invisigal people that want to believe the world revolves around him, because their percentage is higher.
No, that does not mean high percentage. Does not mean canonical.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. Like this way, if it was meant that he was going to stay with Invisigal, they would have railroaded you into the path with Invisigal.
Yeah,
which they didn't. And we all know the major reason why people chose Invisigal is because of who voice acts her, Laura Bailey.
And I can fix her syndrome.
Yeah, I can fix her thing, which is a trope that needs to die, because that's the Wonder Bat trope. That's why people ship Wonder Woman with Batman. She can fix him.
And that's the Wonder Cheetah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't ship Wonder Woman with any of her rogues beyond the fact that I
that's
don't
the whole
think.
rogue thing. That's the whole hero rogue thing is I can fix up. They fix them.
Yeah, exactly. But so he essentially Robert's down in his luck because he goes on a mission.
Oh, right.
And then there's a bomb in his suit that mysteriously is there.
Well, first we should talk about Toxic.
Yeah, he fights a villain called Toxic, who's basically like the Human Torch, but like Toxic, but his penis is out the entire time.
Cool dick.
And the funny part is that when you censor it, it's just a black bar just hanging from his crotch.
But I love that. It's Toxic, dude. That works on so many levels. Yeah, I know. That's the point.
Yeah, and then they battle, and then so Cloud wants is the power source.
The Astro Pulse.
Yeah, exactly. And NJ says, let's be real, the dream scene episode 4 helped her a lot. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think everyone was expecting a sex scene with her.
Which apparently they cut these sex scenes. So interesting.
Yep. Well, they cut it from either one.
Yeah. So what happens is, so he's down his luck, and this is where we get to the first option of choice. Did you attack the journalist that was asking a lot of stupid questions? No, I didn't either. I remained calm.
I remained calm. I did anything to make him a hero.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. And then you're saved by essentially Wonder Woman Captain Marvel named Blond Blazer.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, I was watching some guys are robbing it, so he tries to do it. Here's a question. Which fist did you have him punch with?
I forget which one.
I actually had him punch with his bad fist, but of course he actually hit the guy.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like, poop, like, oh, man, but it hurts, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So then Blonde Blazer helps your arm heal, and then she takes you to this billboard. And first you go to a bar and you meet who will essentially be your teammates, and you can throw water or alcohol on a flambe.
Also, you spit in Blonde Blazer's mouth. Still mortified.
Yeah, exactly. Did you throw the water or the alcohol?
I've done both. I've done both.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool.
I'll be honest. No. I did 2 different rounds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On my initial playthrough, it was the alcohol. On my streaming playthrough, I threw the water.
Yeah, exactly. So then what you get is they go flying. You have a romantic flying scene where there's nice music being playing. Hey, what's up, guys? And so she takes you to this billboard, and you have the option to kiss her. I kissed her.
Now, here's the thing. You kiss her, she does not reciprocate.
Yeah, not yet. Now, again, this is very important. And then you do your first dispatch simulation, which
I thought we never got to play those characters again.
Yeah, I know. And so here's the thing. So this game is essentially an animated series interspersed with these little gameplay segments, which they're fun. They can get frantic. But if that's one of the things, there's not a lot of weight to them because you can't fail them.
You really can't. The worst they do is lock you out of certain choices if you fail, but it's in the very last episode.
Yeah, exactly. So then you get to part 2, and so did you brofist Royd or not? I did.
Of course. Of course. By the way, that's The Rock's cousin.
Oh, really?
Why do you think he looks like The Rock's character from Moana?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did you ever wonder why did he look like him?
Yeah, and I played on cinematic mode.
I did not.
Of course, yeah, exactly. And did you take out the thief or Granny?
Well, we already know either option when it mattered.
Yeah, I know, but which one did you pick?
I picked, again, I've done both in each playthrough.
All right, well, with me, I chose to take out the thief.
Right.
And I love the jelly donut remark where you can pick one and then it'll make some vague.
Yes, I love it. From my butt to my
yeah, I love it. He goes, hey, what's up? I'm Robert. And then when you're in Blonde Blazer's office, I did not rat out.
No, me neither. Now, by the way, let's talk about our crew.
Okay, so we have Sonar, who's man bat, but he also
Moist critical. He's moist critical, man bat.
Yeah, then you have Malevola, who's Alana Pierce, essentially. Yeah.
Oh, and she's magic. She's magic.
She's essentially magic. Yeah, exactly.
Magic in her dark child form permanently.
You have Prism, who's essentially a rapper.
She voiced by one. You have Punch Up, who is basically a little midget strong guy who likes punching people in the gonads.
Voiced by Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye. Yep, Jacksepticeye. You have Coupe.
Coop, who is like an assassin. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, and well, that's the initial, and of course, Invisigal.
Yeah, that's the initial crew. I say initial because the roster kind of changes.
Now we also are introduced to Chase Trackstar, a guy from Robert's past.
Who was essentially the Flash, but here's the cool thing of that they did with his powers. They made it so the more he uses power, the older he gets. Like using his power is aging him.
Which ends up really making Robert feel awful even later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then, we also have Hit the Dog, Beef.
Yeah. Oh, we also have Phenomenon, who is the depressed version of Superman.
More like if Superman was a man-child.
Yeah, and then you have Waterboy, who is the one that I picked to recruit to the team, by the way. And Golem is essentially Clayface. There you go.
Oh, yeah, Golem. Yeah, Bruto. I love Golem.
Yeah, and then, by the way, I chose not to, go with Blond Blazer to the Denner thing. I declined it.
When she's saying...
Yeah, when she's doing that, I was like, yeah, I know what you're doing. And I'm so glad they didn't...
There's a difference. If you didn't kiss her, the music actually bombastic and super heroic when Phenomenon shows up. If you did kiss her, that's we get the ding, 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 ding.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I'm like, oh, I love those details like that.
All right, can I say I'm glad they didn't draw out the she's dating Phenomenon thing. No, it ends off screen. Well, in the comic, they show what happens because in the comic, what happens is they go on the date. But Mandy is talking about how she does, because Mandy's like, it's not her problem, but it's like her issue is that she doesn't want to be defined by being Blond Blazer. She wants to be able to also be Mandy.
Whereby Phenomenon is a hero 24/7.
Yeah, and I'm like,
he doesn't have a Clark Kent.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, that's an interesting way, and I could see what would draw her to Robert with that. But it's like. But it's like, here's the thing. Here's what really endeared me to this game. Every single time I said, oh, here we go. They didn't do what would be the lazy route. No, it's like, they could have drawn out she's dating and a Phenomenon for like half the game. Nope, it's done.
Because as you great tell, there was something awkward. And if you do recruit Phenomenon, you find out he doesn't have any
he's a Ken doll, essentially.
Well, that's my implication. They just said they never had intercourse. They're like, we made love. Oh, no, we never had intercourse. Of course, we then later find out make love just means
hugging. Yeah, exactly, NJ. And then so essentially, you get to give the team a motivational speech in the next episode, and then we get to a major decision that relatively affects the game is who do we cut, Coop or Sonar? What I did is at first I cut Sonar, but then I went back and cut Coop because I'm sorry, he's just too cool.
Yeah, and he's a dork.
Yeah, I love Sonar.
Is a
plus when you read the file, when you read the files, what it says is that Sonar was like a model prisoner. And that he was like, if he gets cut, he goes back to prison. Where with Coop, it's just she's being hunted by assassins. And I go of the two, which I feel guilty if I cut Sonar.
NJ, no, I'm sorry, that would make Superman insufferable.
No. That's how pre-crisis Superman was. And Robert and I have done streams where we don't like that version of Superman. I've always said balance. Now, Superman should have more of a respect for his Kryptonian heritage than he does now, and we can argue that. But it's like, no, it should not be totally in the other way. Let me clear again.
He gets the prize if he fails.
Let me put it to you this way: Britt, Robert, and I have all three of us have said balance because he's both. He's not one or the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I cut Coop. And it's because also you also get way better dialogue. Like in the previous episode, before you're faced with that choice, you're called to the gym because Sonar was like chained up. And
I got that. You used a hot voice, so I thought you meant boobs.
Yeah, exactly. Parker says, I really like some of the characters in this game, especially Sonar, Malevola, Flambe, and Punch Up, even Golem. Here's the thing. There were no characters where I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, there was everyone had important stuff. I mean, heck, Malevola. That's the reason why I kept Sonar, to keep Malevola happy. I'm sorry, Punch Up. I'd rather keep the Demon Girl happy.
Well, here's the thing. Malevola was also the character I upgraded the most, so it's like... I need to keep my secret weapon happy.
By the way, I do love what was the one thing I told you about ahead of time that saved your butt during the dispatches?
Oh yeah. So the way that you can increase your chances of passing the dispatches. So essentially the way they work is that a crisis will pop up on your screen. You click on it, you can pick the hero to send, and that'll determine how well you do. If you send two heroes that synergize together, like Malevola and Sonar or Punch Out and Coop, that will increase your chances of like passing, because what it'll do as it's calculated, it'll give you a bonus.
He's the first 5, then 10, and finally 15%.
There are so many times where I've been at like 95, and then because I sent them together, it goes to 100.
Or there are times where I'm at 85 and it goes to 100, and so it's an instant win.
Yeah, so I'm like, so that was the trick. Because before I was like, what hero? There are some of them where like you have to think, what hero should I send for that? And I don't go to guides personally, just because I like to. I know, but I don't, because I like to like figure that out myself. Because some of them, it's like, okay, I kind of understand. No,
I mean, my first go through I had because the guides weren't updated by that point.
Yeah. And then the next choice of note is in episode 4 when you're walking on Blond Blazer, putting on a dress. And so the sensor makes it seem like her whole boob is out, but it's not. It's like a slight, like,
it's a hue. It's a hue. We should mention with Invisigal, we helped save her by helping her take down a bad guy that she kept letting get away.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing I did. And so, it's like you
start to like her. You really start to like her.
Yeah, and I'm not saying she's a horrible character at all. She's a great character. It's just for the Robert I was going for the direction I was going for, I just preferred Blazer.
Agreed. But I did enjoy taking her under my wing.
No, yeah, that's, and I like how you can do that. That's the other thing. I like how you don't have to romance her to save her.
Yep, but yeah, Sonar definitely has a lot of unique insta wins.
Plus, he can fly too, so it's automatically faster. So it's that's the other parts I like.
Okay, again, who did you teach to fly? Was it for me, Flambe?
I picked of the hero. Wait, okay, so
remember, you only get one that you teach the flight school.
I think I did Sonar.
I did Flambe because once you teach him the supernova, he's almost as fast. Every time he wins after 2 wins, he's just about as fast as regenerating as Phenomenon.
Oh, dope. And yes, NJ brings up that Sonar is intelligent. So it's like, yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to like get rid of like the brains on the team.
In fact, he was the one I eventually upgraded to a 10 for intelligence.
Yeah. So for me, then we get to the other choice that split Robert and I. Who do we recruit to replace Coop? I picked Waterboy.
Now, nothing against Waterboy. I liked him, but Phenomenon actually really helped me out in a bind a lot of times.
And Robert, be honest, you're the Superman fan.
That too.
Play a role?
to a degree, it was his 2-second recharge.
That is
As
true.
so long as you don't fail or miss.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like he's really fast, and you can give like a motivation for like
For whichever person you didn't come. In this case, punch up.
And then this is the choice that divided the freaking internet. At the end, it's like, who do you want to go on a date with? You can go on to a dinner with Blond Blazer or a movie with Invisigal.
And the movie with Invisigal is way too quick.
Yeah, I picked Blazer, of course, and this is so what you reveal is, so here's the cool thing about this. When you do the date with Blazer, is she takes off her amulet. Now, this is the thing. At first, I thought she was going to be some alien mutant girl when she said, this isn't what I look like. When it's just a brunette, and I go,
and 2 inches shorter.
And 2 inches shorter and a little less like bulky. I was like, and then she starts to, she goes, it's a big difference. And she's talking about the brunette thing and being self-conscious about it.
Well, yeah, okay, if I want to go Blond Blazer, I wouldn't be so self-conscious.
And I'm like, oh, that is actually really good. And of course, I did the kiss.
So did I.
Now, if you don't do it, as soon as you pull away, she goes, finally. But I like this one. And then she introduced herself as Mandy. I like that. That was cool. I enjoyed that.
Yep.
One.
So I know Trish said what you got to write. Such a white girl name. But of course, though, I love it. Then it's like, talked about the origin of the Michelin star. Like, I am both intrigued and yet don't know what to do with the information. I felt the same way. You know, I actually prefer brunettes. But I was going to ask you to dye your hair. Oh, how about that?
Yeah, I love that. The dialogue. That's the other. The
two
writing,
really, you know,
the writing and the chemistry between the two voice actors. You can clearly see it. It's in terms of the story and everything. I'm going to tell you right now. Again, I know Robert and I have some critiques, but we're just going to spoil our rating right now. 10 out of 10.
Yep, 10 out of 10.
The game is fantastic. It's my favorite superhero game, even though I don't do a lot of superhero-ing in the game.
Now, I will just say this. Funny enough, though, that both Invisigal and Mandy have, Courtney and Mandy, because we find out Invisigal's name is Courtney. They both have similar sensitive humor of different types to Robert.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's really cool. I like that.
Mandy has the wise ass, you know, one, whereas then Courtney has the crass.
So in episode 5, you're in the gym with Flambe, and you can like have a taunt, but at the same time, they're flashing back to Robert as Mecha Man battling a Human Torch-looking character, and it's later revealed it's Flambe.
Yeah, because without to be fair, they already knew in episode 1 the two fought.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay.
I never noticed that he was missing 2 fingers.
And then I love where Malevola and Prism know you're a superhero. Oh, and NJ, no, because Robert did that, and he was able to go all the way through it.
Although I did love to the point where it's saying like, yes, since being close to her will help me get over it. Yeah, that's not how it works. Everyone was telling him. It's like, yeah, and then one of my favorite bits. When they say she's the most bullyable member, he's like, on my planet, I have been constantly bullied. Oh, come on. No, on my planet, I am considered ugly. And people mock me for my arms and my hair. Oh, yeah, you look perfectly fine. Robert is bullying me. Please make him stop.
Speaking of Flambe. Oh, he lost connection. All right. He'll be back. But yeah, so, and then we get Malevola and Prism, because everyone knows you're a superhero, but they're trying to guess which one. So you can give them hints, because there is a bet on which one you are. And you picked double jointed. I said I was blue.
Yeah, no, I know. I said blue first, then double jointed on my stream.
Yeah, and then the next one, the Shroud conversation with Chase. See, here's the thing. I spaced out for a second during this part, and I missed the dialogue, so he said nothing.
Well, you do know it just defaults.
Yeah, actually, it said I'm not sure.
Yeah, for me, well, which is fitting because you didn't pick it. I picked no.
You picked Heroes Don't Kill.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of limiting, but you're the Superman fan. I get it, even though Superman kills. And then we get the bar scene, which here's the thing. Here's the problem. Okay, this is one of the only times you get unique dialogue if you're dating Invisigal, because it's like she mentions the movie. That's it. That's one of the only ones.
Is everything sex with you? You got it.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so you're in a villain bar and everyone knows you're a superhero. And then there's a bar fight, which is one of the most awesome bar fights ever.
Oh, I gotta say, I got a new theme song, technically.
Oh, really? It's also on Spotify. It's a song that Flambe says. It says, Robert is a bitch.
I'm a bitch. My name is Robert. Such a bitch.
Don't worry, Robert. That's not going to be your intro. I promise. I
know. But
I'm not that much of an ass.
Truth has made that joke, though.
And I told the team I'm Mecha Man.
I did so, too. By the way, do I look like a bitch? Don't answer that.
Yeah. And then,
but yeah, and reminder again, we'll get to this. Robert, what I love best about Robert.
All right, hang on, one more time. Speaking of Flambe, are you secure?
You don't know what you're talking about. Who's this Flambe you speak of?
Is there any person you can't do an impression of?
I could try. But yeah, I would try Chase, but I'd get us demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
Because of all the cursing.
Yeah, exactly. But
we're up to talk about episode 5.
All right, but JJheat, before we go, before we continue, I gotta ask: Blond Blazer or Invisigal? Who'd you romance?
If I had a choice, I'd go for Malevola. But the game does not give us one.
Which of the two options? Which one did you romance?
Okay. There's pros and cons to both. There's no such thing as a bad choice here. Let me
unless we're talking about Lois. I'm only kidding.
I have to go with Blond Blazer. I have to.
Yes, my man.
I know, JJheat. Let's make this clear because I've already told Jared this. We told everyone else this. You get more unique scenes with Blazer.
With the way the game is designed, yeah. Well, yeah. With the way.
Period.
Thank you.
Because there's only like 1 or 2 unique moments if you're dating Invisigal. That's it, and they're so quick.
Like I kind of see both here. Like, first of all, I've already finished the game. I just haven't uploaded all my content yet.
That's why you got oddly specific on your guess in our group chat.
That's why I'm like,
but those don't know. So I said today, okay, at 8:30, guys, we're talking about dispatch. Please have it done. This guy says he only played till 5 and proceeds to down to a T. Yes, everything that happens in this game. Too much where it's like there's no way he's Jay. Before we went live, Robert and I were like, is this some elaborate troll? Because he got that too well.
Yeah, this cannot be. I sound like you were trying to repeat you're getting it right about Yara robbing a bank.
Hold on, I ain't got the best lighting right now, but I had my suspicions. But if you played one Telltale game before, you play them all. You know the structure if you make out.
Yeah, but it's not that on the nose. Not that on the nose.
Anyway, we'll talk about that. But yeah, so and JJheat, did you tell the team who you are?
Yes, I went ahead and told.
Yeah, that's a much better because that's a much better scene at the beginning of the next one, having everyone there. And I love it. It's like, we just want to see who gets the money. Yeah, that figures. But I love Malevola trying to help you, help Roy get you out before the mech blows.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the other, so then you get to,
we got Mr. Flambe loses his mind when he finds out.
Yeah, and he attacks you, and then Golem saves you. So the next scene is the house party scene where everyone brings the lamp because Invisigal says, it's a housewarming party. I told everyone to bring a lamp. And so there's a sexual joke involving Malevola that we can't say on the show because it's the show, but you guys know what joke I'm talking about. And then this is the other difference. Depending on who you're dating, that's who Robert will dance with.
Lucky.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I like that. And then so then you get so then Invisigal goes off on her own to like find the astral
pulse, yeah.
And then she gets like attacked by Shroud. And small detail, this is how I knew that Shroud did not have the astral pulse. When he like closes the like briefcase, there's no blue glow.
But he played it straight.
Yeah, exactly. So Chase goes to save her using his super speed and like
I yelled like, no!
And then you have the option again to say, are you cutting her or are you not? I obviously chose not to.
I chose not to.
I chose not to as well because again, she didn't redeem herself. She didn't rebrand herself or get in the Phoenix program for the right reasons. And we don't know too much going into the 4-month time skip while Robert was in the coma. But Courtney's making an effort. You can't take that away from her.
Right. But here's the deal. We choose the cutter before we find that out. And I'm just kind of like, why cut her?
It was kind of obvious.
I don't blame her for what happened to Chase.
She was trying to help. And then you get, so here's the other scene that like the Invisigal people like praising, but when you think about it, so here's the thing. So you find Invisigal in the locker room because she heard the whole thing, and then you can forgive her because she's the one that planted the bomb on your suit.
Which I love. There was what a twist.
Yeah, exactly. Now, here's the thing. So she kisses you, but it's without your consent or anything like that. So I'm like, is she doing what I think she's doing? And this happens whether or not you're dating Blond Blazer or not.
Which can lead to if you fell for both. It's complicated.
Yeah, but what I did, obviously, I'm a one-woman type of guy. I did not lean into the kiss.
But once I found out you could actually what this thing is now, I'm actually reconsidering.
So he gets and then harem ending.
Okay, all right, I'll go ahead and spoil this now. No, technically, no. The game doesn't even punish you officially. It kind of defaults you into the Invisigal romance. But you do get a throwaway line from Shroud, but that's the closest to a comeuppance you'll get.
No. If you lean in, but you're still on the track for Blazer, is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
And NJ, the harem ending, that's the James Gunn playthrough. I had to. I listened to Blond Blazer. My name is Robert. So then Robert's kidnapped by Shroud, and you find out Shroud. Now here's the thing: the character you cut, that's Shroud's henchman that knocked you out. And oh, that's great. And Robert and I we're talking about this in the lead up to the episode.
It was so obvious.
We're like, how great would it be if that's what happened?
Now I would still say this though: Cope is the better one.
Yeah,
Coupe.
She is the better one.
Coupe. She is the better option of going rogue. No. That's what her technical name is Coupe. That's what Blond Blazer keeps calling her, but everyone just calls her Coupe.
I see.
Oh, we didn't mention. We find out just how close Robert and Chase were.
Oh, yeah. It's like
family friends.
Chase was like the babysitter.
And big brother figure.
And I chose Twinkies. I did not choose beer.
I chose
12.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, next time I go through, I'm going to choose cigars just so I can get the achievement because I already know that's going to be the achievement.
So then episode 8, it's the battle scene, the final battle scene. Robert's in the suit. He's confronting.
Not yet. We got to talk about the confrontation at the bar.
Oh, yes. So the bar confrontation, and this is if you're a Blond Blazer fan, this is like the coolest. So Robert's kidnapped and he's being interrogated, and then all of a sudden the door kicks off and like goes in someone. I thought that was the team coming to save him, but then there was Blond Blazer. Now here's the other part.
Everyone was predicting she was either evil in on it or the daughter of Shroud.
Yeah, and then she floats in, and I at first I thought she was the daughter of Shroud, and I go, oh no, and then she's like, okay, I came for him. You can. She has this great dialogue where she's like, okay, I could see I'm outnumbered, and you probably, I probably will fall, but I'm gonna take a bunch of you out
Half
with
of
me.
you.
So, either you leave, or either all of you leave, or half of you leave.
And again, Shroud. Now the whole thing about Shroud is he's predicting everything. I love like, there's a superhero. You gave them chill. Then later he's like, but by my calculation, it would have been 32%, but half sounds better.
Yeah, by Matt Mercer voicing Shroud. He completely nailed it. He totally nailed it.
For only speaking the last 2 episodes, he nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then so
then we get to
Robert.
Yep.
And then it's like there's this big terrorist attack on the scene. It's all heroes on deck. So in episode 8, you get to use every single dispatchable hero.
Well, except for those from the first episode.
From tutorial, except
yeah,
for the tutorial.
And obviously the one
I was hoping for them. I was so hoping for them.
And then what's cool is that you get a boss battle against Coop. And it's like you actually have to send heroes to go fight her in this, and you have like a health bar. Although again, it doesn't affect. Like again, you can't fail these.
But there is a distinction. If you do beat them, you get the option of forgiving them and bringing them back onto the team. If you fail, then they just go to jail. You don't get the option.
That makes sense. So then Invisigal is tied up in the like headquarters. I untied her because I trust her.
Yeah. Now,
and again, I'm trying not to make her evil.
Now I would say this. Wait, come again. What I said was when you have that boss battle, if you fail, meaning you're the person you cut takes out, you lose so much that the whole building is destroyed, meaning they're still standing. You will not get an option of forgiving them at the very end.
Yeah, exactly.
Synergy is key when you're sending these heroes out.
Well, that too.
And then eventually you can even use Blond Blazer as a dispatchable hero, and that was great.
No, that mostly happens if you fail enough times.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I freed Invisigal because again, while I was romancing Blazer, I was trying very hard not to make her turn evil.
Now I would say that for a brief moment, I thought Royd was actually a traitor. The way he was talking came off so off.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get that?
Royd is a good red herring. I will give you that.
Didn't that feel that way during that whole scene for you, JJheat? Didn't that feel like he's acting off?
To an extent, slightly. But I'm like,
but no, it's just the way the actor's delivering the lines.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, if you keep her tied up, that's one of the choices that leads you to the evil ending.
Well, yeah. And they take out this one guy, and then you have to decide, do you put his junk back in or not?
I pulled his pants up. I'm like, But so then you get the battle scene. So Robert gets in a souped up suit, and then so is Shroud's in like an octopus spider suit, and then they engage in battle. Robert gets knocked back, and then I literally said, I literally said this would be so cool if the entire team showed up and helped. What happens?
Yeah, well, first Blazer shows up, gets grabbed. And then what happens? It was one of Prism's copies.
And then, bingo, the entire team shows up, and there's this epic battle scene, and it's really good.
Oh, it was epic. Wouldn't you agree, JJheat? Wasn't that finale epic? Like, everyone got a moment to shine.
I agree. Even Waterboy surprisingly got a moment, because, again, regardless of who you choose, the other becomes part of the team by the end.
Oh, wait. JJheat, who did you pick?
I picked Phenomena Man.
Same here.
Am I the only one who picked Waterboy?
Tristan picked Waterboy.
Okay. Thank you, Tris. Hey, I'm not alone. I was trying to be a nice guy.
I think Tevia said he picked Waterboy as well.
Thank you, Tevia. But so then you so you play the fights and you can talk to like Coop, and then she talks about how you kept the Bat Boy, and I go, I actually apologized. I said I'm sorry.
No, I said I picked the right choice.
Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry. The way she
NJ picked Water Boy. Thank you, NJ. Thank you.
And,
I'm not alone.
I say because the way she was being so hostile about Sonar, saying he poops in the parking lot. You always like people clean up. It's like, wow, you're petty. Then of course it turns out as Sonar, he says, "You're right. She keeps stealing toilet paper."
Yeah, exactly. So then, so the battle goes and the entire team like teams up and like it takes out the Shroud mech. Now, if you recruit Water Boy, he shoots the like water into the control panel and then it shocks a Shroud and he goes, "I'm helping." Robert, what does Phenomenon do?
Hold on to it. I will make love to you.
And like crushes them. Yeah.
No,
and then,
and by the way, Toxic is there, and who do we send after Toxic?
We send a punch up
out.
because he punches people in the dicks. And he goes, "My dick, my beautiful dick."
My perfect dick, but what is punch up do? He does
the Henry Cavill reloads.
And the other part confirmed it. He confirmed it.
Yeah, the other part that I loved was so when you first show up in the suit and Toxic is trying to taunt it, there's the dude with the 4 arms. He goes, "I will break your arms." And then Toxic's like, "No, you break their arms. Fine."
That's a weird thing.
Yeah, exactly. Also, but the Henry Cavill thing. Yeah, I love that. That was so good.
You know what? I could so see they just shrink down Cavill and he's punch up.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be hilarious. So
now again, throughout all this, it's about prediction. He's able to figure everything out. During the fight, then he blasts Blond Blazer, and she falls into a hole inside the building. And for a moment, no matter what you do, you're about to lose. What happens?
Chase shows up wearing the Blond Blazer amulet, and he basically acts like Marvel.
And what's the difference?
So if you're romancing Mandy and you had the date with her, she goes, "Well, yeah, you're the only person I told about the amulet." So
I figured yeah.
So it's like I figured he wouldn't be able to see through it. Now, if you didn't romance her, she'll say, "You're not the only one who didn't grow up with powers. Mine come from that amulet."
Not as good.
Not as good. It's not as smart, in other words. And I like we're even depowered. She's like driving a car into like Shroud's robot, so she's still helping.
Yeah, I love Invisigal. I was like, yeah, our 2 girls.
Yeah, exactly. And so let's see what else happens. Oh yeah. So then you have the choice. So Shroud kidnaps your dog. So he's done with you, and he's like, "Okay, give me the
astral pulse."
The astral pulse, and I'll save. Now, Robert had the bet. You guys had the better one. I gave him the fake, but the giving them both is the better one
because it also gives him. You have Robert call him out saying, "It's what he." I'm not as smart. I trust my gut like you used to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll be honest. After reading the comic, Robert's dad is a dick.
Yeah, it turns out his father was like abusive and such, so it was like,
and everyone was support to him.
Yeah, and then you have the option to so Shroud goes to shoot you, and Invisigal takes the round for you, and then you have the option to kill Shroud. I spared him.
I did too.
JJheat, did you kill him?
I spared him.
All right, there you go. Apparently, the dialogue here is that Robert suspended pending an investigation.
Yeah, and Chase will say, "Guy got what is coming to him."
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, so all right.
Now, if she went villainous, Invisigal would actually appear, stab him, and then take over the Red Ring.
Yeah, so obviously we don't want that. And then, so the end is like you have the option to forgive Sonar and or Coop, whoever is not that. I forgave. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it. And then of course you get the final romance thing, which
get out of the car.
Yeah, they make out in the car. I like that. And the other one, Invisigal says you have something on your lip. She pulls
So
you in.
corny, so corny.
Yeah, exactly. I dug that. And then I got the hero Robert ending.
Yep.
And
I
then
mean,
I got the forgiveness ending.
no, no
MJ,
ending.
only if you have the deluxe edition.
You have to
Yeah.
pay extra for the deluxe edition.
All I'll know. Okay, so here's what the comics are: the origin for Waterboy, what Sonar and Malevola going on a final
Bender
blowout before they join
The
Dispatch.
Phoenix
We see Coop and Punch Up meet. They were actually dating.
Mhm.
And then we see the breakup of Invisigal, of Blond Blazer and Phenomena Man. And then the last two stories are like the origin for Robert and then the death of his father.
Mm-hmm.
Those are those stories. And I may go over them for
One thing that clashes, though, we have Shroud saying how he shot Robert's father multiple times, but he didn't.
Really?
In the death of Mecha Man, he only shot him once.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean,
Yeah,
he exaggerated the story. He got villain credit out of it.
But what happened to the other bullets? Remember, he only had the one bullet, the one bullet left after he wasted it on the guy, the bartender. I shot the bartender, but I can make you a drink.
And for me, I think I got the redemption ending. I gave the prototype. I spared him, and my city's health was very high because I literally sent to fight Coop all of my synergized heroes I could, and it's like it was to the point where I had like 4 heroes going, so the entire damn thing was filled.
Now,
like,
of course,
there's no way I'm losing this.
Unless you had the insta fail,
which I made sure to pick the one to send the heroes that would still like give me the most chance, but least chance of that.
That was always annoying.
Yeah, or there'd be one that's like double XP. So I'm like, okay, is that the double XP one or is that the insta fail one?
Yeah. So yeah, the end of it all. It was a fantastic game.
Yeah, this is pretty much my favorite superhero game currently. It's so freaking good.
Now, JE, what is your overall thoughts on it?
My overall thoughts on it, on Dispatch, it's a fun ride. I'm actually surprised this whole thing got shadow dropped over the course of like a month and a half.
Yeah.
So that was
and MJ, yes, there was a bug.
Yeah, it was.
In fact, I think it still is bugged. I think they're trying to figure it out. Apparently, it ties into her stats. Because everyone kept stacking her stats.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, you were saying, JJheat?
Yeah, I was just saying how, I enjoyed this game for what it was. I'm surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did, but yeah, this was a good game. I can't go into too much detail because I have yet to upload. I kind of split it up into like 3 or 4 videos, so I just don't want to spoil anything on my channel. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. Well,
and again, the strength of this, because you could have the temptation was probably there to have that one character that is so annoying, or like because here's the thing, this had the perfect blend of seriousness and humor. Perfect. No notes. Everything was so great. So what's the solution to her becoming a hero? I didn't have that glitch, so I was just nice to her and not cut her. And
I never overdid her stats. I never overdid her stats.
No, exactly.
Actually, you know what? I could say, technically, you can't. You know what? I know a way we can summarize that Malevia joke without being,
All right, go ahead.
They've been trying to point at me. She doesn't say point for 3 generations. Really? What are they trying to pin on you? You're cute.
Yeah. It's just imagine that, but a more sexual joke. Then you understand it.
Yep. I'm sorry. That was a joke. Even I was agreeing with Robert. I was like, well, what did they play? Oh.
Yeah, it took me a second. I was like, okay, I see.
As soon as you're cute, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Their
But
humor is great.
now, but again, here's the thing: because when something is marketed as like a workplace comedy, I'm like, oh god, because again, you do have the danger. Now, here's why I had this feeling, because too many comedies come out and they're all just joke fest.
Not out of here.
This nailed it. The perfect
Now,
tone.
one downside of the whole game, it's too much of a movie.
Yeah, exactly. They need to have more gameplay in there.
Now, but I'll say this though. This is so easy for them to make this a show. All you need to do is animate some of the dispatches and you're golden.
Yeah, exactly. Or what they could even do if they wanted to do it really cheap, just do the dispatches like a motion comic.
Yeah. To keep it cheap.
It's not that hard. So, but it's like because again, here's the interesting thing. Dispatch started development as a live action show.
I was gonna say that was redundant.
Yeah, I was like live action animated. I'm like, that's like fully semi-automatic rifle. Trust me, politicians have said that. They're stupid. But it's like,
no, wait. Technically, Roger Rabbit is a live action fully animated.
Oh yeah, it's true. But it's like that was the really that was the part that really shocked me. And it's like, and Tevye brings up, since the game is a success, probably is a success. What would season 2 be about? Now that's the thing.
That's the hard part. They basically already Walking Dead season 2 themselves with the endings.
Now I get the feeling that they're gonna do a season 2. I mean, there's no way they don't. I think what they'll probably do is they'll Regitzer read your saves and then picks the setup of whatever flows well with your ending.
Now, I will say, I don't think they're going anywhere with Critical Role. I think they've become Critical Role's official gaming company.
Which I'm fine with that, because they did great. And plus, if it means I get more of the Critical Role crew in the games, yes.
Yep. Would you agree with that, JJheat, that they've pretty much become Critical Role's official game company?
Yeah, I would imagine that as well. But season 2 would be at least a few years away, because they're prioritizing other projects.
Oh yeah, they're doing one set in the Critical Roles universe. That's been confirmed. That is the next game they're working on now. Is something set in the Vox Machina Mighty 9 universe.
That's cool. I could see that.
I don't know which one they're doing.
Parks, I never really understood the massive hate that BB got Okay, yeah, it's like, here's the thing.
Let me get that chart. Let me get that checklist.
Yeah, yes, please. Because here's the thing. The Invisigal fan base is essentially become the new Radical Clois fan base. I said radical. I want to be clear on that. They become the Radical Clois it's like, where it's like, here's the funny part. It's like it's kind of funny. I love everyone was sharing the image of Robert and Mandy making out on the car, and they go, "You owe all of us an apology."
Yep.
Question: how many Critical Role universe do they have? I have no idea.
I think they have like 3 projects.
One universe though, because they're all connected.
It's all connected.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, but it's like, here's the thing. Shippers take this way too seriously. That's the thing. It becomes their religion.
Where is that? Where is it?
Oh, sorry. I had Raylo flashbacks.
Oh! You had to go there.
Of course. Yes, he did. He definitely had to go there. And then Park says, like, I got attacked for my choice, and many people were saying she's a Nazi or secretly evil. They said she's a Nazi. They said she's a Nazi because she's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl.
Right.
Like,
it's official. We're getting demonetized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the funny part about it. I go, that's not true. And the funny part is some people got upset because they felt that this is the funniest part. They thought that Prism was too much of a stereotype of a black rapper, and I go, she's played by a black rapper.
I found it.
Talking about stereotype. She is that. Thank you, Robert. I'll pick that up, and then I'll share it. because I'm sorry, y'all need to see this. And okay, hang on, I'm trying to close.
That was my own tweet that I shared, where I shared the image.
I'm trying to close a pop-up that's like really annoying me right now. All right, let's give it a second. But yeah, it's it seems people don't believe in someone being purely good anymore like Mandy. That's the other thing. It's like I picked Mandy because if I'm going and I think Robert and I had the same morality. We were going for the as good as possible Robert. So it's like of the two, which one logically makes sense for the Robert we were going with? Plus, I kind of prefer blondes over brunettes. Kind of. I'm just saying.
Why not have both? Well, up until the finale, but
I didn't go with both. I don't know.
I meant in terms of Blonde Blazer and Mandy. Well,
that is true.
What did you think I meant?
Did it work?
Because there's an option to have both, and it says it's complicated.
Yeah, that's if you lean in while you're dating. I'll share mine. No,
I got it. Here we go. So it's a chart that says, okay, here we go. Let me minimize this. It says, okay, Blue Blazer apology form to Blonde Blazer / Mandy from date, reason for behavior. The media convinced me she was bad. I didn't read the comic. I didn't understand her character or lore. I'm a toxic shipper who just wanted Vizzy to win. I coped too much theories. I chose to ignore her beauty and kindness. I hereby respect Blonde Blazer, and I will not talk down this character. Yep.
Fair. That's fair.
Team Blonde Blazer all the way, boys. Team Blonde Blazer all the way. She had the better story, in my opinion, and the other one I saw is more of a friend. That's just it.
Yeah, and you took her under her wing. And we said before, they have way more original stuff.
And again, I love that you can still have her be good and not date her. There is so many. This could have gone so horribly.
It could have
easily. Exactly. Why do people want to focus? I have no idea, Tavia. I wish I knew. Oh yeah, and Parker. Yeah, I was astonished too. I'm like, okay, you're over a ship. Okay, that's kind of odd there. But yeah, but it's some people take this way too seriously, and I'm like, okay.
By the way, one thing I want to bring up to people that happened was at the con today.
Oh yeah, so for those of you that are wondering about the history of the DC universe not lasting, Robert, explain.
I asked Mark Waid himself. First of all, he said, as much as they can. Now, JJheat year one already started to throw contradictions, but he said they're going to keep it as much as they can for as long as they can. The whole point of it was, as Jared and I have been saying, to give structure.
Yeah. It was just like, okay, so when writers come on the book, this is where they have a starting off point.
Exactly. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out, and JJheat, you might find this interesting. Everyone might be finding it interesting. I witnessed the actual first meeting ever of Phil Lamar and Dennis Kwan, the co-creator of Static.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, the two have never met.
That's
until this day.
I never knew that. That is very interesting.
I wanted to take a photo, but I didn't want to be a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how Phil's an actor. If he wants pictures and all that stuff, we've always been told don't take pictures from a distance. I want to be respectful.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like that.
Yeah, the fact that he never met the man. We know he met Dwayne. We know he met Dwayne before, obviously, because he worked heavily on both that and Justice League Unlimited. But he never met the artist until today.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Going back to Dispatch. All right. How do you guys rate? Well, we already rated a 10 out of 10. Who is y'all's favorite teammate?
Not counting Invisigal and all that, Sonar.
Mine is Malevola.
I take it back. Malevola, then Sonar.
Yeah, that's mine too, because she is just, I like where she's in the bar fight, and she's fighting, and they go, not gonna lie, I'm into this. And then Malevola's like, you're gonna love this. And she throws them through a portal.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. How about you, JJheat?
If I can't pick Malevola, I would say Sonar. I mean, just all high celebrity, high star casting. Everyone just felt like they were having a good time with it. So, but if I had to pick a favorite out of the core Z team, I would say Malevola, Punch Up, Coupe, Flambe. He's all right. He's a jerk in the beginning, but I mean that's kind of his whole stick. He's just there to be a foil, so he's not a guy. I really could see this as a standalone, but I would not be surprised if we got a director's cut or a Dispatch season 2 in the next 5 years. But
well, they did say that now the door is open to a season 2, and then NJ said
loosely opened.
And then NJ says, I think for season 2 they will allow us to import our save file into from season 1 and continue from there. That would be the most logical way, so you don't have to worry about doing that. And obviously they'll write the stories that like lead in from whatever season 1 ending we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would like if they keep Mandy as an available hero to send out. I think that'd be fun. Or at least have her do a little bit more. I do agree with NJ because she was kind of like just there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so, and again, let's talk about the negatives is like, dispatches don't really affect the story.
No, there's no fail op state.
And there's a setting in the main menu where you have unlimited attempts for the hacking.
Yeah, again, there's nothing in here that can have you lose at all.
Which I think it's more of they prioritize the story and the cutscenes and stuff, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That's what you're going for.
Well, some of them you do have where you can get locked out multiple times, like they're the harder, more difficult ones, but the main ones are easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, again, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see where you guys are going, and that works. If that's the direction you want to go with, that's fine. And then Tevi says, I'm hoping that they do a season 2. They don't railroad into a Telltale Batman season 2 ending, because honestly, that could be a problem.
Okay, Tevia, I'm just going to go ahead and explain this right now. Even if the original Telltale Incorporated didn't go under or file bankruptcy, Telltale Batman season 3 would have just been Court of the Owls. I'm sorry. It just would have been.
Or would have been, yeah. But he does have a point, though. Season 2 is a bit railroaded.
And then Parker says, one of my friends is worried that if they don't have a saved or say our previous choice from season 1 to carry over, and that his main worry is starting over again. His words, it would feel like the choices we meant previously mean nothing in his own words.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll give us the opinion to ability to transfer over.
I mean, just about every Telltale game or Telltale structured game gave you the option to recap over from one season to the next. The only one that didn't was the Wolf Among Us. I forget the exact title, but I know it was the werewolf one. But I feel like that was
You're right.
Okay, but I feel like that one was more of a standalone. If it did get a second season, I don't remember.
Yeah, and no, they're still working on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, that's why this game took so long to develop, because this team was also working on the Wolf Among Us
initially.
Yeah. So again, it's like, and just imagine. So this is like the second coming of Telltale, because like a lot of the devs in this team were from Telltale, and it's like, look, we got this back, and it's this is also getting me interested in actually playing through to completion Telltale Batman. I've never done it. I got bored after a while, but I'll check it out. They could also put choices of season 1 for us to choose again for the next season, not necessarily import. Oh, you mean like in Mass Effect Legendary Edition, where they have a motion comic that basically recaps the first game? They could do that.
Yeah.
But also I am working on doing a playthrough for Telltale Walking Dead. Everything's on Twitch. If you want to keep up and be ahead, you can go on my Twitch, JJheat752. But I'm at the final season at this point. game wise.
Wait,
If I had,
did you do what's it called? The spinoff.
yeah, I did
Moana, I think. Hello?
I think I lost JJheat.
JJheat?
Hello, are you alive, sir?
Yeah,
are you
so-
alive?
Yeah, where was I?
Did you do the what's her name with the machete?
Michonne.
Michonne.
Yes, I did do the Michonne miniseries. That was like
Just wanted to check.
It felt way too short. I appreciate it kind of branches. It applies a canon character because the Telltale games are relatively standalone compared to the main series. But it just felt Michonne's just felt way too short. You easily could have gotten a full season out of Michonne, not just 3 episodes. But to make it a long story short, I just feel like out of the main Telltale for Walking Dead, season 3 was just the weakest one. I'm sorry, it just felt like a retread.
It was.
It just felt like a retread of season 1. Clementine playing a supporting role, albeit slightly older, and I forget the actual protagonist's name for season 3, but he just did not have the same gravitas as Lee did. Similar circumstance, someone who screwed up drastically. The apocalypse happened.
Oh, let me check. Hold on.
I forget New Frontier. I know it was season 3 with New Frontier. I just forget the protagonist's name.
Javier.
Thank you.
Or Javi.
I just felt like I was watching a Hispanic soap opera rather than a rather than a zombie game with Javier, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I mean, you weren't gonna have the same dynamic and chemistry as you had with Lee. That was gonna be hard to replicate going in. So I may be a bit.
Oh yeah.
Which, yeah, of course. And then so I'll start with NJ. NJ says predicted for season 2 release date, most likely a couple of years down the line. I would say 5 years. Yeah,
at least 5 years, at least. 2027 would be at the absolute earliest if they rush it, or if they do the other project they're working on at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, real quick, at the end of the art book, I wanted to show is to say this. They have a funny little tribute to the X-Men. I use this as the thumbnail. It's a parody of the X-Men because Malavla is like Psylocke in the Jim Lee image for the X-Men.
Yep.
I like how they did that. That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of comic homages in this, but yeah, so fantastic. NJ says she say 2027. She does have a point where they at least have like the framework and they can just build off of that. But if you want it to be as high quality, I would say a safer bet is like maybe 2029, 2030, 4 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. If you really want to build on top of it rather than just reusing assets, because if you just reuse the assets, yeah, you could probably rush it out by 2027, 2028 if you rush it out. But if you genuinely want a overall good experience, I would go ahead and do my other side projects first and then let this breathe until like 2028, 2029, maybe 2030 if at the absolute latest. And it'll still be out before GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, everybody's a critic.
And then yes, that is great artwork. Thank you, Parker. And 2028 is the most ideal date as best.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that is a likely scenario. I'll put it to you that way. It's not guaranteed, but it's like, okay, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that happening.
Yep. By the way, I'm just editing to get a new intro with a very short one, my shortest one yet, with from Phil Lamar doing for my PT ad. Believe it or not, he had no idea what a noob meant at all.
Parker says, I know many people don't like waiting for these types of games, but I'm willing to wait patiently for it as I prefer quality over quantity. Yep, exactly. It just let them take as long as they think they need to deliver a high quality experience. And then guess what? We will get a really high quality experience. So let's just be patient. I know everyone wants it, but let's just be a little patient there.
Agreed.
But yeah, so I think that
wait. We should talk a little bit more about the criticisms. Like we said before,
Yeah, go ahead.
too much like a movie. Like we said, the only option you have is that you watch it and you make a few selections here, or you do the dispatches. There's no walking around talking. There's nothing to really expand the lore doing it that way. This definitely felt like, if you had to say it, the most railroaded Telltale game that was only salvaged by good writing.
Yeah, it's like the thing is, it's like there are times I forgot this was a game. I thought I was watching an animated series.
Like, don't get me wrong, the writing is good, but from a coding and development standpoint, yeah, you could tell it was a rush job. But and especially if you got, especially when they rushed the finale's release, like, don't you think you need to push this back a week, just to, tweak some of the bugs? Because I saw a lot of people online who ended up defaulting the bad ending because of a bug.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They end up getting the villain. They end up getting the villain ending because
they overstacked the Invisigal stats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it did feel like a TV show, and there were times where I missed dialogue choices because I was like, "Why is everyone pausing?" Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with the older games, they allow you to take your time before defaulting to just not saying anything. This one's counter goes by fast. This dispatches counter is like 30 seconds, whereas the other Telltale games is like 45 to a full minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, but not even. It felt like 15 seconds if I had to say.
I will say though, at least your choices do change the dispatches at least, so it gives you some effect, just not a major
like who
effect.
you cut and stuff, and it affects who you can synergize. So there you go. That's something.
Yeah,
That's
but
something there.
Yeah, but if I had to make a genuine choice out of anyone in the Z team to cut, especially early on, it would have been Flambe, because I mean the guy's just a diva, and I don't.
But I would say I do love, if you told the truth, he's missing, and he's like, he comes by, you open the door, whoosh, I've decided I'll forgive you, but I'm going to be punching you once a month so I can get out of my aggression. I'm like, okay, and then that's why he doesn't say, hey, you brought me back when you didn't have to.
Yeah, okay, I like that. That's funny. I definitely dig that. Is he really Afghan? NJ? No, I don't think so.
No.
Wait, who are we talking about?
No idea.
Flambe? The Flambe is not Afghan. He's Latin American, from what I put together. Even his actor is Latin American, from what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Hang on. Dispatch. IMDb. Yeah, he was born Harar, but it says he's a Spanish. Okay, so let me see. I'll check this. Hang on.
While we're waiting on that, it's just but yeah, especially if you told the truth. But I would have. Okay, now I remember what I was trying to say. I did have a poll on my channel whether or not you guys wanted to incorporate, whether you guys, the audience, wanted to incorporate dispatch into the new direction verse. And I've thought about it, and I would be interested in the idea. Jared, how about you?
I'm fine with that. That'd be really fun. A Justice League like Office Colony. That'd be funny.
Yep.
But it depends on where we would set it. Would we set it like early Titans era, post God Killer 2?
I'd say post God Killer 2.
I read. Basically, powerless done right.
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Remember Powerless?
Oh God!
Unfortunately,
it had potential. Let's give it that much.
But you know where it lost me? When it's like the Flash is fighting Sinestro, and I go,
okay,
what?
these are complete.
It's dialogue. You could just say Hal is fighting. What are you doing? And then wait, NJ says I'm thinking of episode 2 when Chase was showing you your group. Oh, okay, it could be he's Afghan. All right.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Now, I do have one critique in the story. Now, granted, the game is saved by good storytelling. I will give it that. But I feel like giving Chase the Blond Blazer amulet was a bit of a cop-out. I feel like the story would have been a bit impactful if he actually did write Chase out, because that would have been a great way to write
Trish said the same thing, that basically no one died except for Shroud if you kill him.
it just felt like too safe of an option. Like they wrote themselves into a corner. Like, okay, if we let Chase die, we know for sure a majority of players are going to go with the kill Shroud option out of revenge. So
yeah, but it's like that's what Robert and I thought was going to happen. Robert actually accurately predicted. He said, actually, Robert, go ahead.
Two options.
Yeah.
It was either one, it would be a memorial that they would have in the office, or since we already set up the med bay, he'd be in there recuperating. Because I was thinking about technical, what sets they had and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, imagine it. Chase / Trackstar with the Speed Force around the same time as Jay Garrick.
Now, if he had the Speed Force, that should prevent him from aging.
True. But what if he gets it later in life, and that's how he ends up, and that's why he's stuck at that old age?
Well, by the way, we guys agree, Chase is one of the most interesting characters in this.
Yeah, they took the speedster and actually did something actually really cool with it by making it where the more he runs, the older he gets.
And could you guys tell that was Jeffrey Reich and I couldn't?
I could.
No.
No, that was obvious.
There are some times I forgot, but he has a very distinct voice.
That's true, but I'm thinking there was sometimes I couldn't.
It's kind of funny. He kind of served as your Jim Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's interesting. Yeah, Chase was awesome. I definitely enjoyed him. He was really cool. But so it's like overall, it's like, yeah, there were some issues. The reason why I still give it a 10 out of 10 is because the issues were dramatically offset by the actual like good parts of the story itself. So I'm like, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you want the perfect ending is beating the mini boss fight with Coupe or Sonar, having great synergy, and sparing Shroud so you can forgive and rope them back into the team at the very end. That is what's considered the perfect ending, but it's very hard to pull off.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Compared to the average player, if you're experienced enough, it's not that hard.
I made sure everyone was synergized by the end.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do. But it's like, of course, not everyone's going to put in the work to do it. Some gamers are lazy.
By the way, you guys want to check out my new intro?
Sure, go ahead.
Play it.
I'm going to send it to Jared. It's only 9 seconds.
Or if you want to pull it up, I can.
I just sent it.
Okay. I'll pull it up. Hang on. Here we go. Hang on. So let me do this. All right. Add here. I will share.
Like I said, it's only 9. It's very short.
You're watching Pro.
Peaches, that gets the noobs. Am I a noob?
That's good. I love that.
Bill had he had no idea what a noob was.
So you had to explain to him what a noob was. That's good.
By the way, but tomorrow I will be getting Nicole Sullivan to do Shigo and Supergirl.
Nice.
Cool. All right, there you go.
I was going to do John DiMaggio, but he doesn't do recordings.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like now, in terms of to wrap up, the thing about it, and I will be doing some more content on Dispatch. I may stream it myself, and then I'm going to tell you guys right now, the Wonder Woman Wednesdays, I'm going to compare Wonder Woman to Blond Blazer. I'm going to use that SEO. Oh, and then I assume they will find a solution for Chase's case, and BB will get her.
But that's what they said. That's what they said. Yeah, they said they were going to do that.
And Parker says, "Funny, I'm playing Dispatch in episode 4, my replay, and it's super fun as always." Yeah, that's the genius of this game. You can just replay it and see how the story subtly changes.
Which that goes for any Telltale.
Which they have great replay value.
As for me, again, Telltale content coming up on the way on the channel. Dispatch at part 3 will cover. I wanted to do parts 6, 7, and 8, but after part 2 was essentially 3, 4, and 5, and how that kind of played out, I might just split it up into 4. That way, and just make episode 8 the finale its own separate video. I hadn't decided yet, but yeah. As for adding dispatch to the new direction verse, me and Jared will have to go into more detail, and then after Heroes in Crisis, we'll then take it from there. We'll then make an official announcement on that after Heroes in Crisis drops.
Yeah, exactly. So Robert, how about you? Where can we find you, and what have you got coming out on your channel?
Checked out the link down below. I got a bunch more Pro Teaches Noobs coming down, and I will try and get through finish up Dispatch myself on the show.
Hell yeah. As for me, again, so no movie night tomorrow because Robert's at the con. And then so for Super Wonder Legacy at 9, Britt and I are going to be comparing Superman and Wonder Woman to Thor and Sif and Thor and Jane Foster. For Amazon Answers, I'm going to be talking about the Tamaki run of Wonder Woman Wednesday. I already said I'm doing Blond Blazer and Wonder Woman, and then I forget what we decided to do for Under Two Capes this week. We'll decide on something, and then I'm gonna play I'm gonna drop the link to Back Athena, the Goddess of Thunder, in the chat right now, and then I'll play the trailer. So let's play the trailer right here.
My home has been invaded, my people slaughtered, and I could not do anything to stop it. Not again. I will not lose another home, another family. I am Princess Lyra of the planet Sintragar, Athena, the goddess of thunder, and this is my story.
And remember, everyone, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. Zois the Maxibat for life. I will see. Oh, you big baby. Zois the Maxibat for life. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.